Welcome back to the Triple XP Arcade, the podcast where nerd culture levels up. We're here to press X on all things nerdy, so grab a token, press start, and let's rack up some
Triple XP!
Today in the arcade, as always, we have myself, Drew.
Hey everyone, Lex is logged in.
What's up? It's Giggz.
Oh.
Nice. Deep.
Yeah.
We promise it's the same Giggz. Sounds a little bit different today, though. You going to do the whole podcast like that?
Oh, God, no. Absolutely not. I already quit. I quit now.
You quit after the intro sentence.
I just had to throw people off, that's all.
All right, well, let's do our typical update on Lex's road to Tifa Master 2027. We've had a little bit of time now since Yasmin has come out for Street Fighter 6. Lex, have you gotten through Combo Trial Intermediate 4 or whichever one it was?
It's gotten worse. I went to Classic, and it's definitely a lot more intuitive than Modern, so thanks for that tip for sure.
Okay.
But, man, I really just... I'm not good at fighting games, guys. I don't know what it is. I went arcade mode on medium.
Okay.
I didn't beat it.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
So I'm having, I don't know what it is. I actually can't chain things together. I'm playing like the combo trails at 50%, and I think that's actually making it worse because it's making me think slower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely have to play the combo trials at full speed so you can get the timing right. Because if you do that and then you jump into like actual matches, you're toast.
Yeah.
Combos are a rhythm, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
if you're playing at full speed and you're trying to practice at half, your rhythm's going to be completely off. So
Yeah, but I can't find the sweet spot to link the inputs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know when to actually do the next input properly. It's like fluked when I do the other combos. And then I went down to like just fight CPUs, and none of the combos were inputted at all. I was just spamming my OG attacks and everything like that.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, like, I was talking to an old friend about just Street Fighter in general, and he actually picked it up to potentially learn with me too, and he hasn't played since SF2.
nice.
SF2.
2, yeah. But he was like a master of SF2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he goes by Mr. C, so...
Mr.
Mr. C.
Mr.
That's
C,
what's up.
yeah.
It's
Mr.
good.
C.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Lex, get your buddy. He has money, right? Yeah, he can sponsor us. It's good to have a training partner. If you remember back when Lex introduced us to Blaze Blue, and I got really, really into it. I got good at it because I played Lex's one friend that used to work with. Is Snow Fox cool?
Yeah, Snow Fox.
Okay.
Tony.
Okay. Tony, yeah.
Yeah.
And him and I used to grind out games online together. And that's how I learned, is just I played him over and over. I think I had like a 5% win rate against him. And he would always just like change characters on me because he was practicing different characters. But like just getting reps in against a human was like so much value was like I gained from those long nights of just getting bodied by Tony for
that's
like 3
actually
hours.
how I got into DOA. I played him. I still remember the score 274 times in one night, and that's when I got my first win.
Oh,
Yeah,
same guy?
it was
Tony?
It was a glorious time.
Yeah,
glorious.
Tony's he's a FG god. He's
a master.
He was
for
my
sure.
he was like the one player I looked up to and tried to like. He was my demon / like kind of mentor, because he would give me tips and stuff while we played. He'd be like, "Hey, you're doing this," and it's bad. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's your FG Sifu.
Oh wow!
Oh, I like that. I've heard that before.
Can you?
I think we should trademark that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Copyright that.
Go. Yeah. How does that work?
FGCFTM. I just say it.
I
I
feel
think.
like
We heard it here first.
You just say it. Okay.
I declare bankruptcy. FGC food TM.
That's
Triple XP
great.
Arcade
I like it.
2026. There you
Put
go.
that. You got to put that on the promotion.
On the promotion.
Put it on like a little banner on the promo. It'd be good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's good. That's good to have that person. Honestly, for me, it was you, Giggz. Like playing Street Fighter V together with you is a big reason why I got better at fighting games in general, specifically Street Fighter, but then just kind of expanding off of the Street Fighter V experience and all the stuff that I learned from you. Because prior to doing that stuff with you, I had never even thought about frame data, things like that. But then we started talking about that stuff. You started getting into that stuff, and I started just understanding fighting games more. So you are my FGC Foo, Giggz.
Nice. I got to put that on a shirt, man. I like that.
Yeah, I think that'll actually. I'm liking it more and more now that I've said it a couple times.
It's so good. It rolls so beautifully off the tongue. Yeah.
We'll have to make like a YouTube channel or something so that we hold the name for when one of the bigger FGC personalities wants to use it. Then we'll sell it off.
Yeah.
We got to play them for it. They got to. Well, no. A lot of the good content creators are like, yeah, they're actually pretty good. So never mind.
Yeah. Well, so how about you, Giggz? How's your experience with Yasmin been going? Have you played a little bit more since she came out?
Yeah. We talked about it recently, but I did. So I played my ranked pretty quick. So I didn't really do much training. I just kind of sat and practiced for like 5 or 10 minutes and then hopped on rank. Because I find that when I'm learning a new character, it's really hard to learn a character when you're already almost master. So I usually try and do the best I can in ranked straight out of combo trials. So I did that with Yasmin. But unfortunately I did get placed Diamond 5, which is rough because that
first world problem.
It kind of just like circumvents the learning part. Yeah. Because it's like because people in Diamond 5, like they're not master yet, or a lot of times they are just master players that are just ranking up different characters. Just like I do it all the time. Yeah. And so they punish your errors. And like, if it's a new character, I'm making errors all over the place. Like it's Little League softball, just like terrible. Dropped everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been a little rough. I was going to try and get her to master. I don't know if I will. I feel like she's very frustrating to play as, so I need like a break. I might start playing Terry and Jamie again if I ever do start playing Street Fighter 6 a little bit more, but
cleanse the palate.
Yeah. It can be a little frustrating playing as her when I'm learning because it's everyone's good and it sucks to lose that many times and knowing the mistakes that you made. That always hurts because it's like, why did I do that? Like that was dumb. Or it's like, what is wrong with my hands? Like, it's just constant, like, I'm making mistakes. They're beating me up for it. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, you actually had a really good point with ranking up when a new character comes out. And I didn't think about this until you mentioned this, Giggz, is that like if your placement ranking to start is Diamond 5, that's typically that's the highest ranking you can get off of the placement matches. So typically you're starting off where everyone is getting up to that master rank. You know, that first week when Yasmin came out, you're watching, YouTube, Twitch streams, whatever. We've got people, Maximilian Dude, Justin Wong, Diaphone, Brian F, Sajam, like all of these FGC content creators who are like big in the community, like Punk, like even professional players, they're ranking up to master that week also. So if you're diving in trying to do that master rank grind on that first week, you're definitely playing people who are well above master rank potentially. Like Punk is already legend, I think, with Yasmin, so you kind of get caught in the crosshairs a little bit. So good idea for sort of the less heavy hitters if you're just wanting to get up to master rank like regularly, like an actual master rank. Probably good to hold off for like maybe a couple weeks till all of those higher end players like filter out, and then you have the actual Diamond 5 players who you're playing against, and then you can rank up, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much all my wins as Yasmin have been against people that aren't playing Yasmin, because all the people that are playing Yasmin are just getting her to master, and it's just like they're so much better than me. I'm like, here's another loss.
I know what you mean. I will say, we recently chatted Giggz like a couple days ago about how like what we were thinking about, getting Yasmin to master and feeling like, well, maybe not. I ended up doing it anyways.
Oh, nice! Congrats.
It was itchy in my brain, so that evening after we had talked, I was like, I talked to Giggz about it, and now I feel like I have to do it because it's just like stuck in my brain. And I get to this kind of phase where if it gets stuck in my brain and I know that I'm eventually, like it's a character that I want to get to master, I like sort of obsessively play until I can get them to master. So I was trying to squeeze in Street Fighter 6, like every extra moment that I had in between, diaper changes and all of that stuff. I'm trying to like squeeze in. So what I ended up doing is we put baby to bed that night, and then I just came back out to just play a couple hours just to try and while everyone was sleeping. So yeah, I got her to master rank, and then kind of to your point, Giggz, what you're saying is like I don't really feel the need to play her anymore, which is makes me feel like relieved, because I can't decide if I was enjoying playing her or not, but I knew that I wanted to get her to master, so I got her there. I think I can put it down now. I don't have that itch in my brain to be like, I have to grind ranked with Yasmin now, and I'm dreading it. Like if I was to play in a tournament, I think my go-to is still Elena. So I don't.
Oh, nice, Elena. Hey.
Yeah. So I would leave it as is there, but it was good to get that itch out of my brain.
Respect. I can't. I'm on the way, but it's just like it's long, and I don't have the mental fortitude anymore.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. So Lex, kind of tying back to what you were initially saying to kick off, having a partner to kind of learn and pick up and play some sets against, who's at that same level as you kind of build the skill set together, is getting really good. So Mr. C, hopefully you can help Lex level up to the Tifa master rank that we're trying to aim for in 2027. Is he good,
him,
Lex?
Mr. C himself too. He should we should play him too. Tell Lex, get your buddy Mr. C to grind up, and you guys can like hit Evo together.
I think he literally just picked it up like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he good?
Yeah. I have no idea. He said it's very new to him.
Okay.
But I did recommend him to go classic versus modern, because that was one of his first questions. If I was playing classic or modern, I gave modern a try, and I thought I would like it, but the finger cramps scare me. So
Not good.
Sorry. Drew, I don't know if you've tried, but I was kind of curious because I wanted to know what it felt like to play the one trial that you're stuck on, Lex. I wanted to know what it felt like on modern, and it's terrible. I don't know how people can do that. Yeah, it's
it's
really
so hard. Yeah,
it's surprisingly way more difficult than it's way more difficult than classic. It actually took me so long to do it.
Really? Over classic?
Yeah. If it was classic, I think I did in first or second try. But the modern, I was sitting there for half an hour trying to do one trial. No, just on stick.
Oh, just on stick. I was gonna say, doing modern controls on leverless, I didn't try the trial like you're saying, Giggz, but I was trying to wrap my head around why it's so uncomfortable. It kind of feels like playing an instrument. I think that's more of what that's akin to, like playing the accordion, because you're having to press different combinations, or I guess maybe the piano. Like you know what I mean? Like you have to press different combinations with your hands that you're not used to, and you have to hold buttons down while you're pushing other buttons, and it feels so unnatural when I'm playing fighting games.
That's Lex. I don't know how you were you were even doing modern for so long, because like I felt like I was to Drew's point. I felt like I was playing like a piano. It was really weird.
Yucky.
Like
You're at one point,
chords.
I was playing it like your brother Giggz. I was using my chin for buttons.
Oh yeah, end sentence. Yes, yeah, agreed. Yeah. Okay, so we'll continue the Lex progress as we go week to week there. So I'm hoping that we hear you getting to master rank with Yasmin in the next couple episodes, Lex. So keep grinding, keep working on that. I guess next step up is trying to beat arcade mode in medium difficulty first, and then master rank after that. Okay.
That's quite an exponential leap.
Those aren't like stepping stones. That's like a flight across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, that's like buying a bow, and then you're like, okay, you bought the bow, now you're an Avenger. You know, like, oh damn.
I believe in you. Giggz, don't you believe in Lex? You have faith, right?
Oh, of course I do.
There you go. That's all you need, Lex. The support of the Triple XP Arcade. For today's episode, I know we always kind of start with a little bit of an update on what's going on there in the, I guess, particularly the Street Fighter world, because that's what we're interested in from Lex's growth perspective. But for today's episode, this was something that Giggz had kind of flagged. We're calling this episode Player One Paradises. Giggz, tell us a little bit about what the topic we're going to go through is today.
Yeah, so this kind of came to me because I might as well spill the beans a little bit, but I've also joined the Dad Club recently. Woo! So, yeah, it's been interesting, that's for sure. I find that gaming has definitely taken a huge backseat to my everyday, hour by hour, minute by minute activities. So I do find that I am spending a lot of time not really doing too much other than thinking about stuff, because between feedings and diaper changes, as you know, either one or both of your hands are occupied. So there's a lot of thinking. So the way I am is I like to plan things and think about things. And one of the things was I do plan to reorganize the house and do some renos and et cetera, et cetera. And one of the main things is I'm going to need a dad space, a man cave, a lair, whatever. Whatever people like to call it these days. And it just got me thinking. It's like, Drew, you're in the same boat. And Lex, I know that you, out of all of us, always have the grandest plans for these kind of things. So I figured it's a good time to talk about it, and lean into it a bit.
I like that. Yeah. We kind of always, as we've been growing up, talk about, when I get a house, this is what I envision for the man cave. And we're sort of in that area now where we can look into start doing these things. So I think we're a little bit closer to to that space than, when we were 10, right? That's pipe dreams when we were 10, but now we can actually put some of that stuff into practice. So we're talking about man caves, our Player One Paradise. What would our ideal man caves look like? We had a couple perspective Gigs, but let's assume zero budget, right? Like we have unlimited budget to do whatever we want with the space that we have. So I'd like to know. Well, let's hear from both of you. So Giggz, you kind of started the topic. So let's have you kick us off. Set the stage for us. Kind of like give us the whole. I want to know like the vibe that you're going for. I want to see the setting and stuff in my mind. Talk us through what your man cave looks like.
Mm-hmm. Ideally. Realistically, this is not going to happen, which is such a shame. But,
okay.
Well, actually, a question first, just to both of you guys, real quick.
Yeah.
If you could make your ideal man cave, what room would you pick? Mine's the garage.
Ooh.
So
Oh, the garage.
Yeah, I'm a garage guy. I feel like I would love to have my space be the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With like, would you keep your cars in there as well, or like, is this like you're just repurposing the whole garage space for the player?
It would
Paradise?
be it would be repurposing the whole garage. I mean, currently my truck sits outside. It's never been in the garage, so not much changes for me. Unfortunately, my wife's gonna have to, figure it out. But it would be. Well, if I had a motorcycle, it would be in there as well. But
yeah, okay.
I digress. That would be part of the ideal man cave. Would be a bike.
I like that because you got a lot of space there. It's like a real big space that you can do a lot of stuff with. For me, it would be my basement. I have sort of one of those basements where it's kind of like a recreation space in and of itself with a room down here. So it's not one of the basements where there's just like lots of sections and lots of areas to like go around. So I think the whole basement being a man cave would be the one that I would pick, the one that I would do as a man cave in like a real life setting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lex, what about
you, Lex?
Is this within budget or this maximum budget?
This
maximum
is
budget.
To your
Okay.
your dream.
I would have it as the top floor of a house. Like you have like your basement, then you have your main floor, then you have like potentially like living room and then bedrooms on that floor. I would want one more staircase up to the man cave.
Just like a whole floor.
Okay.
Like if there was like in those movies like where there's like an attic space but it's like a whole empty floor.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Yeah. The main reason, so the basement, 2 reasons. My wife would probably claim that as her museum. MEW.
Hey.
Her lady
Museum.
lair.
TM. Lady lair. Yeah. TM 2026.
Yeah.
Trademark that one too. Museum.
Exactly. But also because, while I like the whole basement setup, I don't like bugs. And
Oh, fair.
that's
I didn't even think about
that's a
that.
key indicator of, I don't want to be hanging out when, spiders are out. So that's their lair.
What is
in the
or that
evenings.
creepy little bug that you always show us pictures of? What is it? A silverfish?
Oh, the silverfish, the wolf spiders. Yeah.
Oh,
Not a fan.
Man.
disgusting.
Just not a fan of that. I don't want them in my lair. I don't want them in
Fair.
my sanctuary.
Yeah, no kidding,
That's
eh?
fair. So top
Yeah.
floor is a good smart pick there.
Yeah. Like I want to keep it separate from the house still anyways. Like I wouldn't want it the main floor or something like that. I would still want it like a closed off experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say, now that you sort of mentioned that, Lex, what I was saying was kind of based off of my current house. But if we're thinking like dream scenario, I don't know if you guys have seen these, but I would love to have one of those man caves that is like, there's like a I don't know, a bookshelf on the wall or something, and then it opens up into like
Oh,
a secret
yeah.
space behind the wall. I've always thought that was one of the coolest things. I think I've seen one before where it opens up and it's kind of like a space station entrance. So like you open up and you're like in a decompression pod, and then you go into the further space and it's all like, space themed stuff, but there's like all the man cave stuff in there. I was
Nice.
I can't imagine the cost of the renovations for that, but I always thought in a unlimited budget dream scenario that would be awesome, just to have like a hidden secret room in your house that's completely inconspicuous.
Nice. It's a
I would love
speakeasy door. I think kind of what you're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
totally.
You need to have
I
like
would
not a butler, but like a doorman at the front with a well, I guess he would be like what, dressed as like a librarian or something like that. And
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm inconspicuous. Please, sir, come inside.
I know this is sort of my ideal scenario, Lex, but I always imagined that in my ideal scenario for you, that it would be similar in that like whatever your house structure is, but there would be one of like the paintings from Mario 64 on the wall, and that's how we get into your man cave.
Wow.
Writing that down.
That TM that.
Yeah. I was like, that feels like a very Lex type of thing that
Yeah.
I can see being a realistic scenario for you, honestly.
Yeah. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, he's actually going to bring that to fruition.
Yeah,
I don't think
totally.
money is an option on that idea
Yeah.
for him.
All right, so Giggz, talk us through. So you kind of you mentioned the garage, but with this like whole dream scenario, like that's still kind of your ideal space.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, okay.
If it wasn't my current garage, it would just be another garage, like a bigger
the
garage. Yeah, I'm a very you guys know me. Maybe it's because of my job or whatever, but I'm a very I like industrial stuff, like chic. I don't know what you call it. I think there's a term for it in terms of interior decorating, but like I like industrial style stuff. And like,
Okay.
do you guys remember the show New Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love their apartment. So
like
that's
like open exposed brick walls.
yes. So that kind of stuff is my jam. So a garage is the only place in the house that could feasibly be like that.
Okay.
Yeah, concrete floors. I mean,
It's kind of like old factories, warehouse kind of vibe.
Yeah, totally. So that would be more my speed, and that's kind of why I do the garage. Plus, I would want to put stuff in the garage or my little man cave that is noisy, and so it's like I need to have some sort of separation between my space and the rest of the house. I know the garage is still attached to the house, but it's still at least one step removed from the house, unless it was a completely detached garage. So, yeah.
What do you mean by noisy? What things are you thinking are going to be in here that are noisy?
Okay, so I would have my instruments set up. I would have that motorcycle if I still had one. Maybe one day, maybe one day when the kid's bigger, I'll teach them how to ride. We'll see, and I'll get a new bike. But for now, it's just like, I want my guitar. I want drums in there. I would love to have a pinball machine. You know what I mean? And like, that's noisy. That's so noisy. And I got to have that separation. I might piss off the neighbors a little bit, unfortunately, but maybe I'd soundproof the room. Who knows? But yeah. And then just the idea of having, I don't know, maybe it's because of, the sitcoms and stuff that we grew up with. I like the idea of being like, let's open the garage, crack a beer and just like hang out. Yeah. It's like it's not that much removed from being outside and being in your space. And I think that's why.
It's like an enclosed patio that's more like that you can do more with. That's more of your space than an open outdoor space, right?
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Yeah, man.
Okay.
And,
what pinball machine would you have?
I have no idea. I love the idea of a pinball machine, but I don't know enough about pinball to like. Maybe it would just be of a movie I like. Maybe like an Alien one, if there was an Alien pinball machine. I'm sure there is. Yeah. Right?
There's got to be.
Or
I feel like an Alien pinball machine probably is really good.
Yeah. Or like a Transformers the movie, the 1988 one. Or 1988? 87? 86? You know what I mean? Like something nostalgic, something that's in my wheelhouse.
You hit the bonus and then it blasts, "You got the touch!"
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
That'd be sick.
That'd be so
or
cool.
like you pull the I don't know what you call it, the plunger, and it's the transformer, the sound.
Oh,
Ooh,
that would be amazing.
That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. Yeah. So I think that's why I'd like the garage. And like in general, I think just like my stuff is, I don't know, it's just more suited to the garage. No, I don't know how you guys feel about your stuff, but it's like I want I don't know, man. The garage is just like the guy space. It's always the guy space. My tools are there. My all my carpentry, woodworking stuff is there. It's just like that's already kind of halfway my space.
So this was going to be my next question: is in your man cave here, do you have like power tools and things like that in this space as well?
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't say like I would have woodworking stuff. I think in an ideal scenario, no money, or money's not an object. If I had a big garage, I would just have like a separate bay that I would make a woodworking shop.
Okay.
And then so that there's that clear boundary, and my stuff doesn't get disgusting. But yeah, I would normally just have my tools in there anyway. I don't know, man. I like to have all my stuff in one spot, which is horrible if I was ever robbed. Some dudes coming in a van, just like start ripping things out of the garage. I'd be screwed.
So it sounds like your man cave is, I want to say, am I going to get flack for this? I want to say it's like a proper man's man cave. You have like exposed brick industrial vibes. It's like you have power tools in there. You've got a motorcycle in.
No. See, in my head, it's not the Tim Allen quote unquote man cave. To me, it's more like a hipster coffee shop. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, have you been in any of those? Like, say, just imagine here. It's theater of the mind. Pretend you're in Portland or Seattle, and you go into a coffee shop for a cortada. Like that vibe is what I'm going for. You know what I mean?
Okay. There's I don't know why, but somehow you say pretend you're in Portland, and I can envision it perfectly. Yeah. I can see the staff perfectly. Mm-hmm. I can. Okay. I think that checks out based off of it. And the nice thing here is for our listeners who, have not talked to us, met us in person, seeing or envisioning what your man cave would look like gives a little bit of insight on sort of your larger personality also, right? Because we talk about nerd stuff, but obviously there's more to all of us than just like talking about video games and stuff, right? So I think it's kind of cool for our listeners to see a little bit more of the insight on what Giggz' sort of personality, hipster Portland vibe looks like in an ideal man cave. And I think that actually, I can totally see it. I think that suits you really well. I think that would be very fitting for your space.
It would be everything you can think of where my brother would make fun of me for. That's kind of the vibe. Don't get me wrong. I'd have video games in there too. I would have a decked out PC if they weren't so expensive. I'd have like my own gaming setup. I'd have a driving sim in there. I'd have a golf sim. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it could all fit. Yep. Obviously it wouldn't, but
and a little net with zero budget man cave,
That's true.
This is the full,
if it was a big
budget
enough garage,
I
would have all of that stuff in there. Golf sim, driving sim, decked out rig, all the consoles. I would have anime blasting on the wall through a projector 24/7.
There's a good mix of things in here, and I sort of imagine based off of how you've explained the vibe, whereas Lex has the Mario 64 poster that would be on the wall there. I imagine Giggz, you'd have a big Neutral Milk Hotel poster.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Okay, In an Airplane Over the Sea, one of the best albums of all time. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's a Neutral Milk Hotel album, and it's really good.
Sponsor us, Neutral Milk Hotel. Yeah, I think.
It's so funny that Neutral Milk Hotel. Of all the bands that you could have listed, that's just the funniest one to me.
It's one of two. It's Neutral Milk Hotel, or what's the other one? I think, Lex, you probably the one that you... I assume that you would imagine when you think of Giggz' obscure hipster music that he likes.
Jamiroquai?
That's not what I was thinking. But
oh my god, that's also a good one. Oh.
I really thought you were going to go with Mogwai, but...
That's the one!
Yeah,
I knew I had the last part right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right.
The Y part? Yeah. Oh no,
but
I'm never that stuff down.
I think it's like all puzzle pieces to your big personality gig. So I think I actually love that space. I can envision it, and I think it's would you say, Lex? Would you say that's really fitting to Giggz' personality?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Lex. The fun part here is I think as we're going through them again, our listeners are going to see the huge difference in personalities, even though we have a lot of commonalities when we're talking. So, set the stage for me, Lex.
All right.
Yeah,
buckle up.
I'm ready for this because I want to preface this by saying, for our listeners, when Lex used to live in the same city as us, when we went to Lex's house, it was a, like, I wouldn't say it was a man cave because it was your whole house, right? But it was
Man house.
it was like a man house in a really cool way. There was just so many things when you'd walk in, you'd be like, oh man, this is so cool. Like I've not seen this in a house before, like all of that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to hear what your ideal man cave space would be.
All right.
Also, I feel like you should start off with how much energy would your man cave use on a daily basis?
Oh, its own power grid for sure.
It needs
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Sure.
You need like a little a hydro generator nearby.
The entire roof would just have to be solar panel. No, there's no roof. It's just panel.
Just a solar panel.
Yeah.
So in this ideal scenario, your man cave is next to Hoover Dam.
Yeah,
Exactly. All that
yeah.
water generation powering your man cave alone. Okay.
There's just a giant satellite shaped as solar panels facing the sun.
The GoldenEye satellite.
Yeah, exactly. The watchtower from Justice League.
That'd be so sick. That'd be so sick. I feel like we need to have a tech talk at some point because apparently this is actually a thing that some people are trying to figure out, is putting solar panels on satellites in space and then somehow using that to power stuff. So,
okay.
Science, man.
Easy.
Interesting.
Easy. 400 kilometer long power cord. Done. Okay, Lex. Talk us through the entrance first. How do we get into this main space?
All right. As you said, Drew, the great idea. Painting.
That is such a good idea.
Bob on Battlefield. Classic.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with that.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
If it's not, oh man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, yeah.
It would be high quality to be like, is that a painting? I can't tell, but you can walk through it. That's the start of it. And that's the staircase up into the man cave itself there. You got music playing. Might be, I don't know, probably like the Lost Woods from Legend of Zelda, you know?
Oh, good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would go from there, and since I'm in the attic, there would only be one window, and it would just be a giant arch window, and it would probably be either the Wind Waker stained glass or Princess Peach stained glass, one of those two. Those are probably two of my favorite art pieces I can think of.
Like Mario 64 Princess Peach stained glass?
Yeah, that one, or if you guys have seen the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker stained glass, those are like two of my favorite
I've not
pieces
seen that one.
for stained
Is
glass.
it in
It's just
Wind
very
Waker?
colorful. Yeah. No, it's not in Waker. It's like one of the key arts for the game itself. There's like a couple of them. It's like at the beginning of the story of Wind Waker, they kind of show it off there. But that would be like the window for the man cave and the only window itself there.
Nice. Okay.
It'd be a little bit segregated. So I'm a real neat freak or clean freak. So everything that I own would have to be behind glass, like a museum. So like all the shelving, there would be shelving there, but there would be just glass doors for everything there, just to keep the dust away from the collection itself there.
You wouldn't put like an army of vacuum robots?
No.
That are all shaped like Goombas or something?
Oh my god, that'd be cool. Little spinies that are like just roaming around the room.
That would actually be pretty cool. But I like cleaning myself. I don't want a robot to do it. Yeah, it's part of the fun. But yeah, I'll be behind glass, like nicely laid out merchandise across the wall. I would want my Mount Rushmore in statue forms, as like kind of like the pillars of the space itself. So it's like you're like walking to like a museum, you know, like you see the iconic gaming characters all in like their statue form and everything there. I would want like a movie theater style room, so like giant TV or giant projector, but I would want my seats as R-wings, the cockpits of an R-wing.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it would move with the movie.
I can see that in my head, and that just looks so beautiful. Oh my
Would be like D-box seating. So that, like, when a movie plays, like, they barrel rolls included.
Yeah, but like the cool thing with the R-wing setup would be like the speakers would be like embedded into it, so you can like feel it. So like for example, if you're watching like a horror movie, You're gonna feel like something's chasing you,
like
you know?
rumble and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, like it'd be right behind you. That'd be pretty cool itself there. That'd be like the movie theater area itself there. I would want like a lab for like just building stuff or tinkering with things, because I like doing that with like a bunch of tech stuff, like kind of building your own thing, or like taking pieces apart, rebuilding it. Like kind of like the cool thing like you see in like Iron Man, like Tony Stark's just fiddling around in his lab.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I like how it's just generic tech stuff. Just
generic tech stuff. Exactly, yeah.
But I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like it would be cool to have like, you know, like when he was like building the arc reactor and stuff like that, he would just like project it into the air and then fully control it, put his arm in it, and like show that kind of tech would be so cool to like play around
Jarvis.
with. Yeah, exactly.
That future
Jarvis
tech,
or Friday.
like holograms and that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There would be a obviously a video game space itself, so like a nice wide open space for people to like play games on, but multiple screens. So you can kind of pick and choose. Nice and clean setup itself. But I think the real anchor of this space, from one of my favorite movies as a kid, I think it was in 1994, maybe.
Okay. Not what I thought you were going to say already, but okay.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say 2000. So my guess is already
not Godzilla, not Godzilla.
Like Godzilla 2000. Okay.
One of my favorite kid movies, 1994, had Kevin McAllister in it.
Oh my god!
It was Richie Rich, and one of the key iconic lines in that movie was, "You have your own McDonald's? No way!"
I remember that.
I would love that.
Back up one step, though, because you said it had Kevin McAllister, and you picked the character from another movie and not the actor's name.
Yeah, I had to throw you guys off.
Home Alone?
Yeah.
So you have your own McDonald's in here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta keep you guys on your toes. You gotta get into the mind of Lex here.
My goodness.
But I would want like the McDonald's with like the 1995 menu where they had the McPizza and everything.
The pizza. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned the pizza. Not enough people remember their pizza.
Yeah.
And
it's
it
like
breaks
it was like
my
Pizza Hut,
heart
basically.
because it was good, wasn't it? At least
it was
remember it being
delicious. But I would want the McDonald's themed as a Pokemon Center, a Pokemon Cafe, so like Snorlax is
nice.
there. Like that's like the kind of like the backdrop, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably like my man cave in a nutshell. That's how I would like it. Yeah,
dude. The inclusion of the Poke Center McDonald's is so good.
Right?
I want one.
Yeah. Chef's kiss.
Oh, the McDonald's Coke Zero, like tuned to exactly how it tastes at McDonald's.
Is it different?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to McDonald's tomorrow.
McDonald's
the best
Coke
pop.
is there's like science behind this that and actual legitimate McDonald's Coke and Sprite are better than everyone else's Sprite.
What?
It's because I think there's a few things. I don't know if you know, Lex, so correct me if I'm wrong on these facts, or if you're listening and I'm wrong, correct me. But there are a few things. The soda comes pre-mixed, so it's not like the other soda fountain machines, you know, where you have like
it's like syrup and then carbonated water, or
yeah,
whatever.
and then when you push the button, it like mixes it as it comes into your cup. So it comes pre-mixed with the right ratios. It comes in chilled, or when it's in the machine, it's through chilled pipes, so it's colder. And then the McDonald's straws, at least the old plastic ones, used to be, I think it was like scientifically structured to maximize the taste experience, because the straws were like a little bit bigger, so it was meant to like increase the air intake when you're drinking the soda. So there's just a whole lot of science behind why McDonald's sodas are better than other fast food places, and it's a thing. If you Google it, you'll see like a lot of like actual facts on why this is a true thing.
What?
It's top notch
That is crazy. So hold on, does it taste worse now because they use paper straws? I assume they use paper straws.
Yeah, I think everything tastes worse with paper straws.
Yeah,
The soda
agreed.
Yeah, that's
formula. Yeah, the formula hasn't changed, I don't think, as far as I know. But yeah, the straw science is not effective.
Straw science.
Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of sad when I go out and I get a plastic straw. I get super excited. I'm like, oh my god, I better take like
yeah.
10 of these. These are rare.
This is gonna sound lame, but I save them.
Yeah.
Like when I
That's
go
not
out
lame.
and I get a plastic straw, like I have a little container in our house that's just plastic straws from fast food places that haven't converted to paper yet, and I will reuse these all the time until they basically like fall apart on me because
Yeah.
I like plastic straws.
Okay.
They were a better drinking experience.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. You guys just educated me on straws. Straws and McDonald's Coke.
And McDonald's sodas, yeah. So, Lex, we kind of said with Giggz' space, it's kind of, like you said, I don't know how we want to like summarize the vibe, but kind of like you said, like Portland hipster vibe. There's kind of like some man cave stuff in there, with some elements of, Giggz was saying, it got some elements of music and motorcycles, and I would say some traditionally manly stuff in there. Because we got some power tools in there and stuff too, right? Not
That's
Tim
true.
Allen, like you said, Giggz, but like there's some of like that vibe. If we're trying to get the summary of your space, Lex, what would you say is like the summary of your space? Because I'm getting a lot of like really high techy vibes.
It's probably like the 4th floor of a Japanese shopping center. Like where there's like a round one arcade and a movie theater, and then like a Pokemon center with a
my
Nintendo store
God.
there. That's what I can think of.
That is so perfect. Like you said that,
4th
and then I
floor
was like,
specifically.
Yeah.
yeah.
From
I
experience.
was immediately thinking like, okay, you're like in Shibuya in Japan, and I'm going up to the floor where the Poke Center is, and I'm like, oh, that's what your space looks like.
Yeah, like you're going up the escalator and you're starting to see like, you know, the characters on the side of the wall. You're like, where am I going? And then you go up and you're just greeted by just an overabundance of stimulation of video games. And you're like, oh my god, what do I do? Do I have to pay for this experience? Like, where do I go first? Like, would just be
Yeah,
like,
kind of
it
like,
turns you. Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, it turns you into like a kid at heart. You know that
Yeah.
feeling when you like walk into a space, you're like, I feel like I'm like 8
Exactly.
again. Like if you
That's
guys
what
have
I
seen
was-
Ratatouille, have you guys seen Ratatouille?
Yeah, Ratatouille. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the scene where he eats Ratatouille and then he flashes back to himself as a child.
Yeah.
That's what I want my space to feel like as you enter it. And you'd be like, oh my god, this is
See,
it.
I was in my head. I was thinking it's like that feeling you get when you're on an escalator going somewhere like you're super excited for, and then just like the anticipation and excitement kind of like takes over. That's kind of how I was thinking.
Yeah.
It would be like to walk into your space.
Yeah. I feel like I imagine it as in my head, like part video game nerd museum, part like rec room vibes,
Mhm.
like
Bingo. With the
right?
McDonald's. Yeah.
with the Poke Center McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that feels pretty accurate to Lex Giggz. What would you say so?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the museum part especially, I feel like we're already kind of anticipating that. We kind of know we know how much stuff, Lex has got and is ready to put on display. So that part is already in there.
Yeah.
But the R wing and like the experience of it, yeah, that sounds so cool. And on a top floor, like you said, makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that a lot, Lex. Feels very you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's a dream.
Okay.
It's a
so I guess
dream.
I'm up here.
But you have a lot of those things still.
Thinking about my man cave space is... This one was a little bit tricky for me because, like, if we're talking about unlimited budget, there's like a bunch of stuff that I can imagine being there, but like when I really distill down like what I want the vibe of my man cave to be, it's kind of like pretty simple. The vibe, the overall kind of experience that I want my man cave to be is like an old 90s arcade. Like a video arcade.
In
I
my
had a
head,
feeling it would come up.
yeah. I'm like, your place is an arcade. It's dark walls. got some neon
Yeah.
lights, dude in
Yes.
the corner with the quarter
The quarter
holster.
dispenser. Yeah,
That's what I was picturing Wizard's Castle in my head.
exactly. That's exactly it, Giggz. My man cave is just Wizard's Castle recreated in my basement. Honestly,
That's so sick. That is so sick.
like I think there's not a ton of stuff that I would have in there. Like I know, Lex, you mentioned that kind of piqued my interest. I was like, yeah, a theater would be really good. Like I would love to have a theater in my man cave space too. But then again, when I kind of distill back what I really want, it's kind of just like a core arcade experience. So I would probably have, like, even if it's in the basement space that I have now, obviously I'll have to do a minier version because there's going to be lots of baby stuff in here eventually. But I would have had kind of like rows of arcade cabinets and a couple rows of pinball machines, because I think pinball machine, kind of like what you're saying, Gigs, there's something really nostalgic about a pinball machine that kind of gives you that old retro vibe that I really like.
I think
the
it's
sounds
the,
that it makes.
Yeah, it's the physicalness, I think. Because, arcade games are still digital at the end of it, but pinball's still... It's just a bunch of mechanical bits flying around. Right?
Yeah. But you kind of hit a lot of the decorative inspirations right on hit the nail on the head there, Gigs. Like kind of dark walls, bright neon lights for signage, triple XP arcade neon lights, Wizard's Castle neon lights, if I can ever get my hands on one of those again. All of the lights of the arcade cabinets. I kind of think of like when we went to the Galloping Ghost arcade in Brookfield, Illinois. Like I loved that space. I know it was like super cluttered and overwhelming in like I want it for me in a good way. Like there was just like arcade machines on top of arcade machines, and I was like, yes, cram as many arcade machines in here as humanly possible, because I want rows of arcade machines that you can like walk in between and around, right? And I mean, for our listeners who haven't guessed by now, I'm older, so I'm not a fan of like when you go to the rec room when people say this is an arcade nowadays, like the theater arcade or the rec room arcade. There's a lot of these like ticket redemption games, and you're doing like the like the claw grabbing games or things where you're doing things for redemption prizes. And that's not my vibe. I want just classic arcade cabinets. I want, my Galaga. I want my X-Men cabinet. I want my Street Fighter 2 cabinet. What else would I have in there? Now, this is like a whole...
I was thinking, because I can see you having an arcade. Would you ever introduce somewhat more modern or like larger things like driving games or rhythm games or like light gun shooters?
I was thinking about that, and I think the most modern extent that I would be, I guess, willing to go for would be Time Crisis 2.
Oh my god! I was thinking that. I was thinking if I ever had an arcade game, it would be Time Crisis 2.
It'd have to be Time Crisis 2. Time Crisis 2, one of the best light games in the arcade of all time.
Right? Why Time Crisis 2, out of curiosity?
Time Crisis 2 was, at the time, was mind-blowing in terms of like mechanics, because all the other light games was like House of the Dead, like whatever, T2 Judgment Day or whatever. Those light games were just you stand in front of the cabinet and you're just like blah 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 blah, blah pushing button or pushing the trigger, playing the game, right? Time Crisis 2 was the first one I remember, aside from maybe Point Blank, where there was recoil on the guns. So there was that immediate physical feedback, and then it had the pedal that you'd have to step on to take yourself out of cover. So you're hiding behind cover, you're stepping on the pedal, you're shooting. So it was like a very active experience when you were playing it, outside of just like standing and pulling a trigger at like a rail shooter kind of thing. So Time Crisis 2 was just so excited anytime that was in an arcade, so disappointed anytime the light guns were broken or there was no recoil. Yeah, just ruins the experience if there's no recoil. But yeah, that the cabinet is huge. So to have Time Crisis in my basement would take up most of the space.
Well, Time Crisis 2 was the 2-player one, because I don't think the first one was single player, right?
Correct.
The first, yeah. So that one was 2 players. Plus, like, it was so cool that you were playing each character from a different spot on the same level.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's right.
Like, it's not like Area 51 or House of the Dead where when you guys are sharing like a game screen. Like you each have your own thing going on, and it's like sometimes you'd be facing each other, sometimes you would be like doing different things, but like, you know, first player would shoot an enemy on the second player's screen, but like far away. So it was like it felt very immersive, especially for its time. For that time,
yeah. Even I mean, I think it even holds up today. Graphics probably aren't as good as what some of the games are now, but yeah, from like a mechanics perspective, I think that holds up easily. So Time Crisis 2 definitely would be in there. Point Blank was one of my favorite shooting games in the arcade of all time, so I'd have to have a Point Blank cabinet in there. And what's the other one that I was thinking? I'd have to have
Pit Fighters.
Pit Fight. I think for nostalgia purposes, yeah. Pit Fighter is a good one. The old Superman arcade cabinet. I remember when I was a kid at Chuck E. Cheese. That game was awesome. It's not now, but at the time, the Superman arcade game was great. Altered Beast in the arcade was mind blowing to me. I would want a Virtual On setup also. That was yeah. I can't remember if I told the story in the podcast before, but yeah, there was a time where I was playing that in the Wizard's Castle, actually, and I was really young, probably, you know, early what do you say, early teens? I guess I was like maybe 10 teens to 13 range. And I played Virtual On against just some random stranger, and I don't know what I'm doing. There's no instructions at that time. You just go in and you play and you figure it out. So I played him a couple times, and he played, and then he told me afterwards, he's like, "Yo, you're like really good at the game. Have you ever considered like joining like a tournament or something?" And I'm 10. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know there's video game tournaments for this kind of thing. But kind of like there was that feeling there that I think I've mentioned before that I chase now, right? That feeling of being like, oh, I can play this competitively. Like I can be someone playing this. Never made it to that point. I don't know if I ever will, but it's a feeling that I love to chase. So Virtual On's my first memory of that. So you got to have a Virtual On machine in here. So between all of those, I think like I have zero space to walk around in my current basement, but yeah, there's definitely arcade cabinets. And then the only other thing there that I think is going to be outside of like this is just a regular arcade is, I need some snacks. I like my snacks. I like my chips, my sodas. I would love to have like at Disney World's Epcot, like there's the Sodas of the World at the Coca-Cola Center store or whatever. So there's just fountain machines of all different kinds of sodas. I would have all kinds of sodas of my favorite ones from around the world. Accessible. Fountain soda, if it's the right way, like at McDonald's, got to go with a fountain soda. Cans, bottles, just don't cut it. It's got to be the right kind of fountain soda.
Agreed.
I would have like a whole. You remember when we were kids when we would go to Max or 7-Eleven and you would get like the penny candies, and you just
hell yeah,
put them in the bag, and then you go and pay for it at the counter, and then the cashier would like literally dump all your candy on the counter where they exchange money and like all of the stuff, and they would count it with their bare hands to make sure that they're charging you the right amount. Aside from the unsanitariness of that process, like all of that penny candy setup where it's like all in racks, and you just go and grab your candy from there, put it in bags. I think that's got to be something that's in the man cave as well. So kind of like what you're saying, Lex, about this this sort of museum rec room experience kind of thing. A lot of what my overall summary vibe is just like, classic retro arcade things that remind me of my childhood. In this man cave space, so I can just go in here and just be like, oh man, I want to go back and feel like I'm 8 years old again, and back in Wizard's Castle with $2 in my pocket and nothing but 4 hours in the mall to kill. That's sort of like my ideal man cave space, I think.
It's crazy how different the vibe is with each of us. Even when we started, 3 different rooms, 3 different elevations above or below grade. It's like what?
Completely
so
different.
Weird.
Everything.
Well, and it's funny because our elders, we'll call them titos, whoever's.
Yeah.
They're always like, "Oh, you guys are so similar." It's like, nah, dude. We like the same things, sure, but we're we got our own. Yeah. We got our own thing going.
We like the same things in different ways, which is fun for me because, like, we talked about this, I think, in one of our previous episodes also, but like, even when we went to the Galloping Ghost, an arcade, like the literal biggest arcade in the world, I think, with almost 1,000 arcade cabinets, and the way each of us went through that arcade to focus on what to play and what we wanted to do, completely different. We're still in the same arcade, but we're just doing different things and had different goals of what we wanted to get done in our experiences there. So it's fun. It's not to get too sentimental, but it's always been really fun growing up with you guys because, like I said, there's a lot of similarities in things we like, but when we do things together, we like different things. We pick different characters when we play games together. So we're just never really fighting on like, oh no, I want to play as blah, 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 or whatever. Cause we just like different things in this different ways. Right.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
But
we never pick the same characters, eh? Just when you mentioned that, I'm like, we're always picking different characters and stuff. When we were playing Apex and stuff, all of our mains or whatever were just like wildly different.
Yeah. And the very cool thing is that I think each of us can also pick who we know the other people would pick too. Right?
100%.
Like we'll pick up a game and we'll be like, yeah, I know who Giggz is going to pick and I know who Lex is going to want, and both of you the same for me, right? So, yeah, very cool. But I think also what's very nice is that even with the difference between all 3, I think I would have an absolute blast in any of our man caves, in either of your man caves. Total dream experience for me as well, being in either of your man cave setups also. So, that's really fun too.
We need Mr. C. Was it Mr. C? Dr. C? To sponsor us so that we can all afford our man caves. Well, if he's a doctor, then he can definitely sponsor us, right?
All right, folks. Well, that's a wrap for us this week on the Triple XP Arcade. We always love hanging out with you in the party, so please leave a comment below and let us know what your ideal man cave, or what did you say, Lex? Lady lair?
The lady lair.
Like that.
Let us know what your ideal Player One paradise is. Be sure to follow us on all socials so you don't miss a drop of new episode releases every single Friday. Until then, game on, stay nerdy, and remember, you always level up faster at the Triple XP Arcade.